Who's ready for a YouTube video to get demonetized because a female's name is in the title of the video and is the main topic of discussion today? I am. This is Off the Script, episode 207, part number 2 for your Saturday, February 3rd, 2018. I want to thank you guys so much for joining me. Thank you for coming out and taking a part in Off the Script yesterday, part number 1, where we talk about Nia Jax confronting Grimm's toy show via social media after Grimm foolishly fat-shamed Nia Jax. We go over all that in part 1. We also talk about original plans for Adam Cole at the Royal Rumble that thankfully did not take place. We also talk about WrestleMania 34 and the full card possibly being revealed. So we go over all that in part 1. If you missed it, live on the channel right now, make sure you guys go and check that out. Link will be within the annotation that you see in the top right corner of the screen. If you guys missed anything else this week, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, no NXT, but I do talk about 205 Live on the SmackDown review. So if you guys care about 205 Live, that's in the SmackDown review, as well as we talk about Drake Maverick, a.k.a. Rockstar Spud, becoming the new general manager of 205 Live. That's on the channel right now, along with the Royal Rumble review at 102,000 views right now on YouTube, as well as the NXT TakeOver from Philadelphia, all on the channel. So make sure you guys go check all that stuff out. Plenty to keep you entertained this weekend. I will be keeping myself entertained. Hopefully I'm in good spirits. It won't be the same for a few different reasons, but I will be heading towards Queens this afternoon as we get ready for House of Glory. Kind of an event that flew under the radar. Really not that much promotion, but normally when we have events like this that kind of fly under the radar, those are the ones that usually end up being the best ones. Tonight, the Amazing Red will defend the House of Glory World Championship against the Hitman himself. I'm not talking about Bret Hart. I'm talking about Low Ki. These two are legends in just the New York City area, so it's going to be an all-out war. I got a insider scoop about what they're planning for the match tonight, and from what I heard, it is absolutely cannot miss. So I'm hoping the crowd in Queens tonight is lively so I can pull off some great commentary for you guys tonight. So make sure you guys come out to House of Glory if you guys are bored on a Saturday night. In February, HOGWrestling.net, Beware the Fury, live tonight in Queens, 8 p.m. bell time. Jimmy, Mouth of the South Heart, will be there signing autographs from 6 to 8 p.m., so make sure you guys come on out. I do accept Guinness as payment. If you guys want to come up and shake my hand, as always, you guys know the deal. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notification. We are just under 88,000 subscribers. I can't wait, man, to hit that 90. And then we're on our way to 100, man. Whenever Cultaholic and Adam Pacitti release that YouTuber subscriber thing that they're doing, whatever they got going on, this YWC project they got going on, I think it's going to catapult us to at least 90, because I'm pretty confident that those group of guys over there, they reached out to me because, you know, I wouldn't say a big name at all. I'm a nobody, but I am a go-to for WWE reviews on here, and I'm very proud of what I do, and I think with the fan base over there, once they get a glimpse of what I do over here and the opinion that we have, I think it's going to push us to 90,000, so I can't wait for that to go on, and I'm waiting on word for when that is going to be released on their Cultaholic channel, so I can't wait for that, man. We are just about at 90,000, and can't wait to hit that 100,000. So if you guys are new, thank you for signing up, or subscribing rather, and make sure you guys do hit that subscribe button. If you're just coming here for the first time, JD from NY206 on YouTube, hit that subscribe button down below and make sure the bell is turned on for all notifications. I want to make sure you guys are aware Harry's is still sponsoring the show, so make sure you guys go to harrys.com/script for your free shave set. You're going to get a razor handle, razor blade protective case, and shave gel. All for free, just for trying the service out. And all you have to do is pay shipping and handling, man. If you guys want the best shave of your life, if you guys have been having issues finding a blade that you're content with, it's so great, man. I guarantee you that once you shave with Harry's, you're not even going to look at the competition at all. I've been using it for 4 months. I haven't looked at another razor blade since. I love all their products. And you guys know that when I stamp my name to something and I get behind something, it is quality. I don't give you guys anything but quality products. So harrys.com/script. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. I don't know how long they're going to be on. They are rolling on into February, so please take advantage of that if you have not done so yet. $2 or $3, man, for an absolute great shave. Completely worth the price of admission. harrys.com/script. Also, I want to thank everybody over at Audible for still sponsoring the show well on into 2018. You guys are great. audibletrial.com/offthescript. If you guys want one free audio book and 1 month free of their service, you got over 180,000 choices to choose from. A lot of those are wrestling related. And if you guys don't care about the wrestling books, you guys want something with science fiction, politics, horror, fantasy. If you guys want to read about fucking flying dragons and the knights that slay them, it's there. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys take advantage of that as well. barbershopwindow.com/offthescript for your official merchandise of this very podcast. The best in podcast t-shirts. You guys are great, so make sure you guys check that out. I will be having another shirt come out right before WrestleMania. Don't want to spoil it yet, but it's in the works. And if you guys want to support the Patreon page, patreon.com/offthescript. Speaking of Patreon, I want to give a shout out to Michael, who reached out to me last night. I seen his message last night. He has a situation going on within the family. We all love our pets. We all love our pets, man. They are a part of the family. You guys know how much I love Bacardi, Bayley. I got Bruiser at home. If you guys are following me on Instagram, you see all the pictures of my beautiful pets. You guys know how I felt when Selena passed away along with my grandfather several years ago. Family pets in my family are incredibly important. Michael reached out to me saying that his family pet wasn't doing too well. She was in bad health. And he actually started a GoFundMe page this week to raise funds so that he can give her the surgery that she needs to be on that road to recovery. And I'm happy to know and I'm happy to report to you guys that Michael reached out to me again today, this morning, before I actually recorded this podcast, and he raised enough money to get the surgery that his pet needs, and she's going to be on her way to recovery. And I wanted to pass along the word. Michael, your thoughts, or my thoughts are with you guys. My prayers are with you guys, because I know how important it is to have a family pet, and have them be in good health, man. I know how devastating it is to potentially lose a family pet. So your thoughts, I want you guys and your thoughts with Michael. My thoughts are with him, and I hope everything is all well, bro. Reach out to me via the Patreon page and let me know the status of everything and how everything went. I will let everybody know as well right here on the podcast. So thoughts and prayers out to Michael as his pet goes through, a surgery and a road to recovery. So hopefully everything goes well for Michael and his family. Moving on here, man. Let's get on with the news today. We're going to start off with this major story that's making the rounds this weekend. Ronda Rousey, you guys know how I feel about Ronda Rousey. She made her WWE debut at the Royal Rumble. How is she going to be introduced to WWE and on WWE television? We all know she'll be at WrestleMania. The word on the street is that she will be in a mixed tag team match at WrestleMania, which is probably the best thing for her at this point before they put her in a singles match. You don't want her to have her first match be a singles match at WrestleMania. So the mixed tag team match, we all know WWE wants Dwayne Johnson, because it would be a continuation of what we've seen with her and him at WrestleMania 31 when they confronted Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. The Rock is obviously number one on their list. If WWE wanted a suitable replacement for The Rock, if he was not available, you could go Kurt Angle, because WWE and, their storylines had something with Angle and Triple H at Survivor Series. If WWE didn't want to do Kurt Angle, WWE could put Braun Strowman in that situation because Braun Strowman and Triple H also had something to do at Survivor Series. Either way, Ronda Rousey's going to be in a mixed tag team match at WrestleMania. And that is the best situation for her. But there's news right now that Paul Heyman might be lining up Ronda Rousey to be his new client. Paul Heyman, obviously you guys know, he is the advocate for the beast incarnate, Brock Lesnar. He is one of the greatest managers in the history of the business. He's right up there with Bobby Heenan. Heyman's friendship with the reigning, defending, undisputed WWE Universal Champion started in early 2000 when Lesnar signed with the WWE after he graduated from the University of Minnesota. Lesnar, who is known to not be the greatest talker in the world, but though when he speaks, it's always hilarious because he's a man of few words, but when you do hear him speak, you know Lesnar means fucking business. Lesnar's not the greatest on the microphone, and that's why he was paired up with Paul Heyman when he was called up from OVW to the main roster. Heyman was his manager and mouthpiece. They truly are a great combination. Heyman talks while Lesnar backs up everything that his advocate says while hyping an upcoming match. All he has to do there is look intimidating. When Lesnar decided to come back to the WWE in 2012, he came alone, and that resulted in a mistake being made by the company. A few months into his second stint with WWE, the company signed Paul Heyman and brought him back to television to be Lesnar's manager. This was a wise choice as Lesnar is the biggest star that the company has right now. Dave Meltzer reported in the latest edition of the Wrestling Observer newsletter that there's a real chance that Heyman will manage Ronda Rousey in the WWE. Many believe that Heyman can serve as her mouthpiece on WWE television due to the fact that Rousey doesn't have a lot of experience cutting promos. Also, WWE could build it as Heyman being her real-life advocate as far as what her character should and shouldn't do. Just last year, Heyman commented on Rousey's potential in the WWE, and this is what he had to say, courtesy of MMA Weekly, and I quote, "I think the WWE audience would embrace Ronda Rousey with open arms," Heyman told the Fight Society. Continuing on, he said, "Just her name recognition alone is huge. It doesn't matter her past two experiences in UFC. All that matters is that she got involved in a story that people could relate to and could sink their teeth into and get excited about. I would personally pay to see Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey. I would personally pay to see Stephanie McMahon versus Ronda Rousey." No, Paul, nobody wants to see that. You're just being a political hack at that point. For a completely different reason, but why digress? Heyman explained. "I think Ronda doing WWE is a natural fit. I love to see it, and I would be happy to discuss with her all the benefits that she could bring by being a Paul Heyman girl." End quote. I think not only would Heyman bring legitimacy, more legitimacy than Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey is going to bring legitimacy to WWE and the women's division just based on her name recognition alone. But if WWE really wants to make the women's division serious, pairing Paul Heyman with Ronda Rousey is an absolutely necessity. It's a necessary step. And if that does happen, if Ronda Rousey and Paul Heyman are paired up, then she needs to be treated like Brock Lesnar. She needs to be treated as serious as Brock Lesnar. She, being in that division with Heyman, the whole division needs to be altered if Heyman is going to have anything to do with the women's division and Ronda Rousey. Just based on that fact that Heyman and Lesnar always are in serious big boy storylines. So we can't have Ronda come out and be in a 6-man tag every fucking week. We can't have Ronda coming out fighting, Alicia Fox every week. That's not what you're going to pair Paul Heyman and Ronda Rousey for. They need to be in serious storylines. We don't know what Ronda Rousey's WWE contract entails. We don't know how often she's going to be on television. We don't know when she's going to be making her debut. All we can say is that she will be at WrestleMania, and I'm assuming when she finishes that film with Mark Wahlberg down in Colombia, that she will be right back on WWE television following her debut in the Royal Rumble. But I think it's great. I think it's a pairing that needs to happen. Because mastering a promo, it takes time. It's an art to cut a promo and be believable. Why would you want to have Ronda Rousey come out there and cut a promo on her own and fail while doing so? If Ronda's going to cut a promo, she's going to be like everybody else in that division. Your main priority here is to have Ronda Rousey stand out amongst everybody. Not only does she stand out because of who she is, but she's going to stand out because she has a mouthpiece that can back up everything that she is about. Ronda can certainly do that on her own, but it's not going to have the same effect. And I think it's about time we start seeing Paul Heyman have a whole group of clients. And a female, if you want to get a female in there, there's no better than Ronda Rousey. So I think this is a great idea, not only for the women's division, but for Ronda herself until she gets comfortable. And at that point, we all know how Paul Heyman is and how great he is. Why would we want to see anything but Paul Heyman and Ronda Rousey? So I think it's a great move. I think it needs to happen. Brings legitimacy to Ronda. It gets Paul Heyman something to do while Brock Lesnar is not there, because when Paul Heyman is on television, normally it's some of the best stuff on Monday Night Raw. And it brings legitimacy to the entire division as a whole. I think it's great. You just gotta really sink your teeth into the division, really give time to it, and you need to start booking it like you do the men. Seriously. You can't have the same shit happen every fucking week. You can't get by week after week after week by just, throwing anything out there. If you're going to pair these two together, it needs to be for the right reasons and for serious reasons. Hopefully, we see this pairing in the near future, as I think it would do more good than anything. Speaking of the women, Bayley, failure, cringely. There's a bunch of words you can pair with Bayley. But Bayley, after joining the WWE, amongst all these expectations, she has been diminished and has had a string of losses and failures as of late. Some fans actually saw Bayley being on Main Event this week as a bad thing, after all. She was once thought of as the female John Cena during her heyday in NXT. The fact is, Main Event, which is taped before Raw and airs on Hulu Plus, is usually reserved for talent that isn't top of the food chain. But the former Raw Women's Champion wanted to set things straight concerning her appearance on WWE's D-level program. Bayley said any chance to get in the ring is a good thing for her, especially if it results in a win. Bayley defeated Sonya Deville during this week's episode of Main Event, and although the two didn't get a ton of time in the ring, Bayley obviously cherished the opportunity to perform in a singles match before a packed Philadelphia crowd. It's good to see Bayley's spirits aren't broken, even though some have considered much of her WWE main roster run a failure. Bayley says on Twitter, and I quote, "Guys, let's get this straight. It's a good thing I was on Main Event. I'll take any chance I get to step into the ring, especially in a singles match, and especially when it ends in a victory." And she puts a smiley emoji. No, Bayley, that means you have absolutely no direction on the main roster, and it just solidifies that your run on Monday Night Raw is a failure. And there's no other way about it. There's no other way about it. When you get to the WWE, you want to be on Monday Night Raw, especially if you're promoted from NXT with all this fanfare around you. You should be on Monday Night Raw. You should be a staple in that division. The fact that WWE finds no value in you right now and has delegated you to Main Event, that speaks volumes in itself. So you can try and convince yourself that it's a good thing, but it's not where you should be right now. So you got to start thinking logically here. They say this shit because they're supposed to say this shit, but in Bayley's mind and in Bayley's heart, she says, fuck this shit. I deserve better. It's the truth. Bayley should be the main program on Monday Night Raw right now with Sasha Banks, and turning Sasha Banks heel should be the priority for WWE. If you have nothing to do with Bayley on Monday Night Raw anymore, move her over to SmackDown Live, because God fucking knows that division and that show needs a shakeup with the women's roster. And I think moving Bayley over to SmackDown Live away from Asuka and Alexa and Nia and Sasha after my proposed Sasha versus Bayley match at WrestleMania, I think would do her a lot of good. I think that would do her a lot of good. And I said Alexa because the fucking thing went off and I knew I heard something in the living room. Every time I mention her name, my thing goes off. But Bayley is a failure, and being on main event is not a good thing. Believe me. Because nobody's watching main event. You want people to watch you. You don't want people to jeer you and boo you and criticize you. And that's all they've done with Bayley. WWE has not gotten Bayley right since she's debuted, and it continues on into 2018. How can we change that? Like I said, have her win the Elimination Chamber, have her feud with Sasha going into WrestleMania. Boom! Mistakes could be rectified very, very quickly. The location of the All-In show, funded by the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes, will soon be revealed. And if it's in Chicago, you can better believe it, I'll be there. Because I've always wanted to visit Chicago. I've never done so yet. I got friends in Chicago that I'm sure would love to grab a beer with me and talk WWE. And the fact that they're making a big deal about this show, I got to be around it. And for the simple fact that if WWE, or not WWE, because it's not WWE, and for the simple fact that the Young Bucks constantly bring up CM Punk's name, can you imagine what this event would be if CM Punk comes out of retirement and returns to wrestling to fight Kenny Omega in the main event? Yeah, I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there. The 9-1 All-In 10,000-seat show planned by The Elite will likely go down as one of the biggest non-WWE shows in years in the United States. We are several months away, but there is already buzz for the show, and no matches have even been announced yet. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter reported this week that the working idea, and the plan could always change, but the working idea is to announce the location on March 1st or sometime close to that date. Everyone in wrestling is thinking that Chicago will be the city. If that is the case, then the most logical buildings to run would be the Allstate Arena or the Sears Center. Chicago is a great location because it's a great wrestling town, and Pro Wrestling Tees is located there, which makes it much easier to sell all that beautiful Bullet Club and Young Bucks Elite merchandise. There's also been talk of a convention taking place that weekend. If they announce Chicago, then that will start the CM Punk rumors. Punk hasn't indicated that he's interested in wrestling again, but it's worth noting that he does keep in contact with Matt Jackson. Last November, Matt Jackson said the following about Punk during an interview with Rolling Stone. I quote, "He's told me that he says when or if he ever does decide to possibly get back into the ring, I'll be the first guy he calls. It'll be interesting. Whether or not he plays on our team or an opposing team, it'd be fun." If you're wondering about Daniel Bryan, his WWE contract expires in late September, so he would not be available for the All-In show. But something else for Daniel Bryan looms in the distance, and that could be Wrestle Kingdom in January. Daniel Bryan versus Kota Ibushi, Daniel Bryan versus Kazuchika Okada, Daniel Bryan versus Kenny Omega. Take my money, please. The Cow Palace in San Francisco was also ruled out because while the rent for the building is low, the cost of live streaming would be high. So it looks like the Elite have plans to at least stream the show online for everybody that will not be able to be there live. I vote for Chicago. I think Chicago would absolutely fucking go crazy for this show. I think it would be great. Everything really just makes sense. All eyes are on Chicago. I hope, and I truly think that's the location for this show. And like I said, if it is in Chicago, I will try my damnedest to be there, because something like this is, number one, first of its kind, the biggest non-WWE show in the United States this year. And I would love to be a part of that, man. You know, experience some Chicago nightlife, spend a few days out there, just mingle with the fans, have a meet and greet. I think it'd be good, man. I think it'd be good. So hopefully Chicago is the city. And I don't think the flight to Chicago should be all that bad for me. If I have to go to the West Coast and be on a plane for 6 hours to fly to San Francisco or Los Angeles or wherever else they're thinking about in California, I'm not really all about that lifestyle. I don't mind getting on a plane. I do, but again, I don't. Orlando, and the flight to Orlando wasn't that bad. It was about 2 hours. If I do attempt to do New Orleans this year for WrestleMania, it's not going to be that bad. I can't see it being that bad. But being on a plane to go to the West Coast for 6 hours, I don't like that. Not about that. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully, fingers crossed for Chicago. Speaking of WWE, let's get back into the swing of things here for WWE. The Miz to Miss Wrestlemania 34, and for what reason? I don't know. The Miz is coming off one of the best runs of his career as he carried the Intercontinental Championship until Roman Reigns had to hold on to it while he filmed a movie. But now that the Marine 6 is wrapped up, it looks like The Miz is back to business as IC champion. There have been rumors saying The Miz is earmarked for a big WrestleMania match, possibly against Braun Strowman. Now, I don't think that's a WrestleMania match. We discussed that yesterday on Off the Script. If you guys missed it, link will be in the annotation. I don't think that's a WrestleMania match. We've seen Braun Strowman destroy the Miz-Taraj. We've seen the interaction with Miz and Braun Strowman. I don't consider that a WrestleMania match. If you want to have the Miz at WrestleMania and you want to have the Miz defend the Intercontinental title, having him paired with Finn Balor makes the most sense. You could find other ways to get Braun Strowman on the card, and I gave you a few ways. If Samoa Joe is back, you can pair Strowman and Samoa Joe in a big one-on-one colossal match of the Giants. Or if you want to pair Braun Strowman with Ronda Rousey to take on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, you could also do that as well. There are other plans for Braun Strowman. This is the worst of all the plans for Braun Strowman. That's not a WrestleMania match to me. There's a chance that he might have to miss the show this year due to one specific reason. Maryse is currently pregnant with the couple's first child, and it was revealed during the season finale of Total Divas that her due date is April 6th, which is just 2 days before WrestleMania in New Orleans. As soon as The Miz realized this possible conflict, he brought it up to the doctor and said that there was nothing she could do about this situation because nature will take its course regardless. It might not be on April 6th. You know, there's a possibility it could be before April 6th. There's a possibility that it could be after April 6th. WrestleMania is April 8th. What if the child decides it wants to come out on April 8th? We don't know. The Miz quickly realized he was thinking about work during such a special time, and it put it in the back of his mind that there could be a chance those two dates will be very close. When The Miz and Maryse announced their pregnancy on Raw, Miz said that he will be there for his soon-to-be-born child from the day they're born. But if the couple's first child is born 2 days later than expected, then The Miz might have a very difficult decision to make. Wow, man. That would be really shitty. But I'll tell you what. The Intercontinental Championship really hasn't looked all that well anyway. So if it is a decision to have The Miz miss WrestleMania, I'm not really going to be all that heartbroken. But the only thing I would be upset with is, what would Finn Balor be doing at WrestleMania? Because I honestly believe that Finn Balor versus The Miz is the best thing right now for both guys. I truly believe that. And if The Miz is going to miss WrestleMania while having the Intercontinental Championship, maybe WWE should have thought of that before they gave him the Intercontinental Championship. Why didn't we just get Finn Balor the Intercontinental Championship? I think WWE might have to make an executive decision here. They might have to take the title off The Miz, because it's the second biggest title on the brand. It's the second biggest title outside of the two major titles in the WWE. Why wouldn't you want to have it defended at WrestleMania? I could easily see Finn Balor take on Elias at WrestleMania. I could see Finn Balor take on Samoa Joe at WrestleMania. That would be a great match. You could put Strowman with Ronda Rousey and take on Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, stemming from that situation at Survivor Series. Samoa Joe can get on into WrestleMania if Braun Strowman's not available, and you can pair those two up. Balor versus Joe for the Intercontinental Championship. There are ways to work around this. It's all on WWE's time now. So hopefully they make a right decision here. I would like to see the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania, but not on The Miz against Braun Strowman. And if it comes down to it, I think The Miz should really be by his wife's bedside as she's giving birth. WWE should have thought of this before putting the title back on him foolishly. I don't even think the title should be on The Miz anymore. I think The Miz should be taken to the next level. He's proved it in 2016 by elevating the Intercontinental title. 2017 was a great year for The Miz, but not in the ring. On the microphone, yes, but he didn't do anything to enhance the IC title. And WWE, because they have no other plans or fucking creativity, they put the title right back on him. It's not doing anything on him. It's not making him a better performer. He's not making the title better by any means. You guys know how I feel about this. It's the same outcome every single time with The Miz. This is why we shit all over Jinder Mahal's title reign. And you know what he did to the WWE title. He made it fucking terrible. An executive decision needs to be made. If this is the case, and if this is true, and not fucking Total Diva storyline, WWE needs to get the title off The Miz before WrestleMania. Any one of those ideas that I pitched would work flawlessly. Speaking of flawlessly, Roderick Strong's in-ring work is flawless. But that doesn't mean I want to see him on 205 Live. NXT is full of great stars, and at this point, things could get a little crowded at the Performance Center. It looks like they're about to make some room because Roderick Strong was announced this week as he will be competing in the Cruiserweight tournament to decide a new champion after Enzo Annoying's unceremonious exit. The new 205 Live general manager, Rockstar Spud, a.k.a. Drake Maverick, announced this week that there will be a tournament to decide who will be taking over the Cruiserweight title, which will culminate at WrestleMania, crossing our fingers that it's on the main card, unlike last year. Looks like WWE is going all out for this tournament and using it as a way to introduce some new faces into the picture as well, because Roderick Strong was announced for next week's show against Hideo Itami. Strong versus Itami could be a great match, and it is certainly an interesting choice for an opening round pairing. This sounds like a finals, but we're getting in the opening round. Also, next week, it's going to be, I believe, Kalisto versus somebody. I don't know. I forgot who it was. So we'll see what happens. But Kalisto's there. Fuck Kalisto, though. This is the match I'm going to be paying attention to. It's going to be Roderick Strong versus Hideo Itami. Only time will tell how it will play out. In the meantime, we have the Messiah of the Backbreaker making his 205 Live debut, and we have that to look forward to next week. When I think of Roderick Strong, I don't think of 205 Live. Normally, I would say, you know what, Roderick Strong would be perfect for 205 Live. But 205 Live is garbage. It's trash. 205 Live needs a complete makeover. A complete makeover. It needs plastic surgery. It needs a fucking makeover. It needs a new wardrobe. It needs everything. That show should not even exist. I don't know how many times I gotta tell you. 205 Live should be abolished forever. The show is garbage. It's the same shit that we see on Monday and Tuesday. It offers nothing different besides names in that ring. If you want 205 Live to succeed, then move it to Full Sail. Put it on a different night of the week and still keep that hour programming. It doesn't need to be after SmackDown Live in front of people that don't give a fuck about anybody in that ring. The reason why the Cruiserweight Classic was so great was because of the intimacy from everybody. The smaller crowd translated to a better product. Why they thought putting this on after 205 or after SmackDown Live is ridiculous. Either get rid of the show completely, keep the show, or move it to a different night of the week at Full Sail, have them travel on the road with NXT, or don't even bother doing that, just give them a time slot on Monday Night Raw. Because there's no doubt in my mind that I've been saying it, if you put matches like Tyler Bate versus TJP on Monday Night Raw and give those guys 15 to 20 minutes to excel, there's no way that division is not going to get over. Give me a break. Did you see the match that Roderick Strong had with Tyler Bate on NXT this week? Right before TakeOver? There's no way you could tell me that that match would not get a division like the Cruiserweight division over. They just don't care. All they want is an hour worth of television for the WWE Network. Meanwhile, they're killing the fucking vibe of the whole show. Normally, I would say Roderick Strong is a great fit for 205 Live. Normally, I would say, yeah, Hideo Itami would be a great fit for the Cruiserweight division. But in its current state, as it's dying a fucking 1,000 deaths, come on, man. Where would you want Roderick Strong to be? In front of a dead fucking crowd against Mustafa Ali? Or Arya Davari? Or on NXT against Lars Sullivan, Tyler Bate, Pete Dunne, Velveteen Dream? Do I need to go on? Ridiculous. 205 Live is trash. Then I got the people telling me, oh, JD, you're a hypocrite. You don't watch 205 Live. How do you know if it's good or not? You can't have a voice and say it sucks if you don't watch it. Really now? Do I need to explain to you why it sucks? It's not because of the in-ring talent. Look at the overall presentation. It's terrible. Things could be done better, but WWE refuses to do so. Paige and her retirement is confirmed. Last week, when news broke about Paige and her retirement, WWE released this. Actually, they didn't release anything. WWE didn't respond to anybody acknowledging Paige's retirement. This led to some people to speculate that perhaps that she could make a return to the ring. WWE wanted to keep it open. I don't know why they don't want to announce it, but it took Lillian Garcia on her Chasing the Glory podcast with guest this week, Trish Stratus. Garcia said that the first thing she did was hug Paige last Monday at the 25th anniversary Monday Night Raw. Garcia said that they are going to use her for other things. Garcia said that she learned that things like this can later show up as blessings. In other words, things are rough for Paige right now, but somehow things will turn out better for her. Perhaps she will continue to be a manager for Absolution, or they can give her a behind-the-scenes role, possibly as a trainer at the Performance Center, training the young women that are down there now, etc., etc. But it was confirmed on Lillian Garcia's Chasing the Glory podcast that Paige's in-ring retirement is confirmed, but we didn't hear anything from WWE as of yet. So please go grab your tissues if you need be. Paige will no longer be wrestling for the WWE. And you guys know how I feel about that. We'll just leave it at that. Moving on here, Seth Rollins. I mentioned yesterday, Seth Rollins was reportedly injured along with Jason Jordan. Now we know Jason Jordan has neck issues. It could turn out to be a serious issue right now. WWE is really being cautious with Jason Jordan. Seth Rollins, on the other hand, was rumored to have back issues. So Seth Rollins took to Twitter today to address the rumors, and he said that in a tweet, I quote, "Guys, my back is fine, and it has been fine. Hashtag fake news." So Seth Rollins is not injured. Seth Rollins is A-okay, but we don't know what Seth Rollins will be doing at WrestleMania. So we have to figure out what is going on with that. If not, if Seth Rollins does not go on to fight Jason Jordan, as it looks like that's the direction they were going in, even more reason to take the IC title off The Miz. Have Finn Balor win the title. Give me Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental title. You can have Braun Strowman versus Samoa Joe and then put Kurt Angle with Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania against Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. Wow, how things just work out. How things are so flawlessly in place, no matter how you look at it. Will WWE take advantage of that? Will they have the brains to do something so logical? Probably not. Makes me wonder why I'm not on the fucking payroll. Last story of the night. Reason why WWE brought back so many legends for the Women's Royal Rumble. If you were wondering why WWE brought back so many women for the Royal Rumble match, it's particularly due to a documentary. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that there were more women from the past than originally planned because WWE is planning an upcoming documentary on women's wrestling. Meltzer noted that the women on the roster are going to get a mega push more than before because of their mainstream star being a huge female presence. His exact quote was, "They are going to heavily push women, even more so than before. And since, at least right now, the company's biggest mainstream star is a woman, aka Ronda Rousey." Also, this is not mentioned by Dave Meltzer, but there are reasons to believe that Nikki Bella eliminated Brie Bella because that will play into a storyline on Total Divas. So you're going to tarnish a Women's Royal Rumble by giving me a storyline on a scripted reality show. Yeah, that really makes sense, WWE. Cameras were also filming material backstage before and during the Women's Rumble match. Nikki and Brie have been training for the past couple of months and have talked about wanting to return to the ring together. The Rousey deal was a great move by WWE. Aside from the obvious reasons to do it, this should help with their TV negotiations because now they can tell TV networks that they will get Rousey on their network, and that should, in theory, cause networks to bid more for WWE TV shows. So WWE bringing in Ronda Rousey is strictly financial, strictly political. You know, though she's going to add credibility to the women's division and she's going to bring star power and mainstream attention to the women's division, that doesn't mean she's going to make the women's division better. Knowing how WWE's booked the women, I think Ronda Rousey is going to fall right into that trap of being booked terribly on WWE television. So I have no faith in WWE as to what they do with Ronda Rousey. I know why they did it, for business reasons. Anybody with a fucking brain realizes why they did what they did. But the reason why they brought in so many legends is because WWE was filming something for the WWE Network. Hopefully next year we see less legends. You got your Trish, you got your Lita, you got your McCools, you got your Molly Hollies and your Beth Phoenixes and your Kelly Kellys and your fucking, whoever else was in there. Tori Wilson, whatever. Women that I don't really look at being professional wrestlers. Hopefully next year we see a lot more NXT influence in the Women's Royal Rumble. That's what should be done. Instead of bringing in legends to hype something that, should have been built on the foundation of what you have there now, not bringing back old legends. But WWE, they did it for this reason. Now you guys know why. That is off the script. I am getting out of here. I'm sorry it was a short episode because there's no news. There really is no news. I legitimately covered everything this week. And if I have anything else, I'll let you guys know if I'm going to do anything. But Sunday, you might be without an off the script for part 3. So I got everything done that I needed to. And I hope you guys enjoy this video and yesterday's video. If you missed anything on the channel, make sure you guys go check the catalog. It's all on the channel right now. Twitter, at JDFROMNY206. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Harrys.com/script. Off the Script merchandise at barbershopwindow.com/off the script. Patreon.com/JDFROMNY206. And audibletrial.com/off the script for your free 30 days and 1 free audio book. I am out of here, man. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys right back here with something right here for the best WWE content anywhere on YouTube.com. I'm JD. Have a great Saturday. Hope to see you guys at House of Glory tonight, and we'll talk to you all later. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys possibly on Sunday afternoon. Talk to you later.